On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Creature.
A living being, especially an animal.
Examples:
Creature of habit. Artificial creature. The deep-sea creature was unlike anything the scientists had ever seen before.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples:
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Moral.
Concerned with the principles of what is right and wrong, fairness, honesty, etc.
Examples:
Moral hazard. Moral burden. Ethics deals with moral conduct.
Sentimental.
Connected with or resulting from someone's emotions, rather than reason or realism.
Examples:
In a sentimental mood. Sentimental damage. Stop being sentimental and always speak the truth.
Obsess.
To fill the mind of someone continually so that one can't think of anything else.
Examples:
Obsess over her weight. He is obsessed with the fear. He's utterly obsessed with his promotion.
Morality.
Principles of right and evil or good and bad behavior.
Examples:
Business morality. Sense of morality. She found fault with the morality of politicians.
Incense.
A substance that is burned to produce a pleasant scent, often used in religious or spiritual ceremonies, figuratively, something that is pleasing or satisfying to the senses, feelings, or emotions.
Examples:
Incense burner. Incense stick. In ancient times, people believed that burning incense helped ward off evil spirits.
Phrase.
A group of words that mean something specific when used together.
Examples:
Ready-made phrases. Noun phrase. We bought a Spanish phrase book.
Top-down.
Controlled or implemented from the highest level of authority or management.
Examples:
Top-down management. Top-down approach. The top-down management approach could have been more effective in implementing organizational changes.
Religion.
A deep conviction in a supernatural power that controls human destiny.
Examples:
Religion sociology. Freedom of religion. Their religion strictly prohibits them from drinking or gambling.
Basis.
The most important facts, ideas, or events from which something is developed, the way how things are organized or arranged.
Examples.
On an equal basis. Basis for calculation. This evidence will form the basis for our discussion.
Decision.
The act or process of making up someone's mind about something, a choice or judgment reached after considering options.
Examples.
Decision authority. A selfish decision. She was struggling to make a decision between two job offers.
Brain.
The organ inside the head that is responsible for one's movement, thought, memory, and feeling.
Examples.
Basic brain function. Permanent brain damage. X-rays revealed a small tumor in his brain.
Chemistry.
The branch of the natural sciences dealing with the composition of substances and their properties and reactions.
Examples.
Professor of chemistry. The chemistry of soil. He is familiar with chemistry and biology.
Molecule.
A group of two or more atoms held together by attractive forces known as chemical bonds.
Examples.
Small molecules. Molecule behavior. The shape of the DNA molecule is a double helix.
Experiment.
The scientific test conducted to observe what happens and gain new knowledge.
Examples.
Experiment design. Series of experiments. His experiments showed highly positive results.
Syringe.
A device used for injecting or withdrawing fluids from the body, consisting of a tube and a plunger that creates a vacuum or expels the fluid.
Examples.
Syringe needle. Syringe injection. Addicts often share dirty syringes, putting themselves at risk for disease.
Oxytocin.
A hormone secreted by the pituitary which stimulates contractions of the uterus during labor, equals the process of pushing out a baby, and the ejection of milk.
Examples.
Oxytocin degrading enzyme. Oxytocin receptor. Women may increase oxytocin production through romantic love.
Ancient.
Relating to the long ago, particularly the historical period preceding the fall of the Western Roman Empire, very old.
Examples.
Pre-Christian ancient. Ancient stories. They have been living near water since ancient times.
Rodent.
A small, gnawing mammal, such as a mouse, rat, or squirrel, that has sharp incisors and typically has a long, thin tail.
Examples.
Rodent repellent. Prevent rodent damage. He set up a trap to catch the rodent.
Offspring.
Descendant, any immature animal or plant.
Examples:
Female offspring. Produce offspring. How many offspring does the average lion have?
Toleration.
The act of allowing or permitting something, even if it is disliked or opposed, the willingness to tolerate or accept different opinions, beliefs, or practices.
Examples:
Toleration policy. Religious toleration. The school's policy on religious toleration meant that students were free to practice any faith they chose.
Burrow.
To excavate a hole or make a tunnel in the ground by digging, typically for use as a dwelling of an animal.
Examples:
Burrow through the forest. Burrow into a mystery. You can't burrow through solid metal.
Facilitate.
To make something easier or more likely to happen.
Examples:
Facilitate a smooth transition. Facilitate the process. The company implemented a new software system to facilitate employee communication and collaboration.
Breastfeeding.
The act of feeding a baby with milk produced by the mother's breasts.
Examples:
Breastfeeding mother. Breastfeeding support. Getting the hang of breastfeeding at first can be challenging, but with patience and practice, it gets easier.
Release.
To set free or allow to escape from confinement.
Examples:
Release a prisoner. Release CO2 into the air. The animal rights group worked to release the dolphins back into the wild.
Colleague.
One of a group of a coworker, especially in a profession or a business.
Examples:
Collaborate with colleagues. Former colleague. I decided to seek counseling on the advice of my colleague.
Shyness.
The quality or state of being worried or embarrassed about meeting and speaking to other people.
Examples:
Lose some of my shyness. Shyness barrier. He finally overcame his shyness.
Baseline.
A starting point or minimum for comparing facts, the backline bounding each end of a tennis or handball court.
Examples:
Baseline budget. Establish a baseline. The products they sell are the baseline for performance in the industry.
Stimulus.
Something that causes growth or arouses action.
Examples:
A response to a stimulus. Economic stimulus. This book provides children with ideas and a stimulus for outside recreation.
Degrade.
To make something worse, especially in quality, to show or treat someone in a way that makes them see no value and do not have the respect or reasonable opinion of others.
Examples:
degrade his public image, degrade environmental quality. You should not degrade yourself by allowing them to use you.
Temperature.
The degree of hotness or coldness of a thing or place.
Examples:
extreme temperatures, the atmospheric temperature. Cities around the world set records for highest temperatures this summer.
Surge.
A sudden and great increase of something, such as a feeling, the amount or number, etc.
Examples:
a surge of shoppers, the surge in foreign tourism. She drowned her surge of anger through her creative work.
Grab.
To take hold of something or someone suddenly with a hand, especially in a violent way.
Examples:
grab an audience, grab an opportunity. Shall we grab a bite to eat?
Neurosurgery.
Medical operations conducted on the nervous system, including the brain, spinal cord, and individual nerves.
Examples:
the Department of Neurosurgery. Specialize in neurosurgery. She has 20 years of experience in neurosurgery.
Virtue.
High moral standards in behavior or attitudes.
Examples:
virtue of frugality, acquire a virtue. She had many good virtues and few faults.
Trustworthy.
Reliable and dependable.
Examples:
trustworthy ally, trustworthy source. People tend to believe trustworthy friends with their secrets.
Proportion.
A part, share, or amount of something considered in comparative relation to a whole.
Examples:
direct proportion. A building of vast proportions. He is more concerned about the proportion of his body fat than usual because of an upcoming bodybuilding competition.
Prosperous.
Successful financially or materially, bringing success or good fortune.
Examples:
prosperous weather, prosperous nation. The company decided to invest in a prosperous industry.
Economy.
The system by which a country or region produces, manages, and distributes goods and services, including the money and finances involved in these activities, of an airline, the lowest priced, most basic option for seating in commercial travel.
Examples:
economy of scale, economy class. The economy of the country is struggling due to the recent political instability.
Transaction.
An instance of buying or selling something, the act or process of doing something.
Examples:
Card with no foreign transaction fees. Transaction balance. Electronic transactions remain incomplete due to system errors.
Wealth.
A large amount of money, property, or other things that someone or an organization owns.
Examples:
Majority of his wealth. Material wealth. The wealth inequality was unavoidable.
Alleviate.
To make something, usually pain, distress, or problem, less severe or intense, to ease or lighten a burden.
Examples:
Alleviate anxiety. Alleviate stress. Taking ibuprofen can alleviate the pain from a headache.
Poverty.
The condition of being extremely poor.
Examples:
Poverty alleviation. The cycle of poverty. Many studies have investigated the relationship between poverty and academic achievement.
Skeptic.
A person who doubts or questions the truth of specific claims, beliefs, or doctrines, especially those in religion or the supernatural.
Examples:
An ingrained skeptic. Climate skeptic. He was a skeptic who doubted the existence of supernatural phenomena.
Lab.
A workplace for the conduct of scientific research, a laboratory.
Examples:
Lab instrument. Medical lab. The Prime Minister will pay a courtesy visit to the Nobel laureate's lab.
Tempt.
To make someone want to do or have something, especially something that is unnecessary or wrong.
Examples:
Tempt young people. Tempt the taste buds. Though he was evil, he never tempted his friends into wrongdoing.
Vice.
Wrongdoing or wicked behavior, in the form of vice versa, with the order reversed, as a prefix, someone with a job immediately below a particular person.
Examples:
Virtue and vice. Vice chair of the committee. Cats hate dogs and vice versa.
Recruit.
To persuade someone to work for a company, to find new members for an organization, the armed forces, etc.
Examples:
Recruit a good worker. Recruit a new hire. The colonial government recruited militia support when civil war broke out.
Instruction.
Detailed direction, order, etc. on how to do or use something.
Examples:
Individual instruction. Follow his instructions. They needed further instruction to perform their duties efficiently.
Deceive.
To cause someone to believe something that is not true, often by telling a lie or creating a false impression.
Examples:
Deceive to lie. Deceive skillfully. The magician's illusions were designed to deceive the audience into believing they saw something impossible.
Triple.
Consisting of 3 items or people, 3 times as great or many.
Examples:
A triple mirror. Triple digits. His coach is a triple Olympic champion.
Mad.
Insane, especially due to a mental illness, very angry.
Examples:
A mad person. Gets mad easily. He was mad with joy to see the results.
Jab.
To poke or prod someone or something quickly and forcefully with a pointed object or part of the body, to make a sudden or quick thrusting movement. Noun, the act of administering a vaccination or injection with a needle.
Examples:
Jab a finger. Booster jab. The nurse had to jab the patient with a needle to give them the medicine.
Needle.
A thin, pointed object typically used for sewing or medical purposes, a metal or plastic instrument used for administering injections or drawing blood.
Examples:
Needle prick. Sewing needle. The acupuncturist inserted needles into specific points on my body to alleviate my pain.
Tube.
A cylindrical container of metal, plastic, glass, etc., usually sealed and used as a means of preserving food or chemicals, a hollow cylindrical shape.
Examples:
A capillary tube. A glass tube. The tube train was packed with commuters during rush hour.
Vampire.
A mythical creature, usually depicted as undead and needing to drink the blood of the living to survive, someone who preys on or exploits others, especially for their gain.
Examples:
Vampire fiction. Hunting vampires. The vampire's pale complexion and sharp fangs made him stand out in the crowd.
Economics.
The branch of social science that deals with the production, consumption, and transfer of goods and services.
Examples:
Welfare economics. Economics professor. His class will cover an introduction to agricultural economics.
Experimental.
Relating to or based on new ideas, forms, methods, etc. that have not been tried before, usually to find out what effect they have.
Examples:
Experimental data. Experimental design. The product is still in the experimental stage.
Economical.
Providing a satisfactory return on the money, time, or effort, not using more money, fuel, etc. than necessary.
Examples:
Economical use of her time. An economical meal. It is more economical to wash your plastic bottle and reuse it.
Stake.
A share or financial investment in something such as a business, a wooden or metal post set up to mark something.
Examples:
Execution by burning at a stake. By the company's stake. The stake of the company is too high nowadays.
Consensus.
General agreement or accord in the judgment or opinion reached by a group as a whole.
Examples:
A public consensus. Consensus among scientists. The two parties have reached a consensus.
Transfer.
To move, pass, or change from one person, place, or situation to another.
Examples:
Transfer a file. Transfer power. She transferred the money from her savings account to her checking account.
Flummox.
To perplex, confuse, or bewilder someone, to leave somebody completely unable to respond or react, because they are shocked or surprised.
Examples:
Flummox user. Flummox the audience. The complex puzzle game flummoxed me for hours, but I finally solved it.
Assume.
To think or accept something to be true without having proof of it, to take or begin to have power, to begin to exhibit a specific quality or appearance.
Examples:
Assume a lousy attitude to his boss. Assume an important role. The following example assumes that the capacity of each battery is the same.
Decision maker.
A person who makes important decisions, especially at a high level in an organization.
Examples:
Policy decision maker. Act as a decision maker. A wealth of information does not always have a positive impact on decision makers.
Biology.
The scientific study of life and the natural processes of living things.
Examples:
Evolutionary biology. Cell and molecular biology. In junior high school, we had to dissect a frog in biology class.
Isolation.
The condition of being alone or lonely, the act or state of separation between persons or groups.
Examples:
Isolation booth. The country's isolation. That incident led to his isolation.
Interact.
To communicate or react with somebody.
Examples:
Interact directly with customers. Interact with one another. He should interact more with his colleagues.
Indirect.
Happening in addition to the main or intended aim, cause or result, often in a way that is not obvious, not following the shortest or straight way.
Examples:
Indirect taxation. Indirect lighting. He expressed his dissatisfaction in an indirect way.
Relation.
The way two persons or groups of people feel and act toward one another.
Examples:
Relation between cause and effect. Relation of inclusion. The industrial relations laws were passed with little to no alteration.
Manipulate.
To influence or control something or someone to your advantage, often in an unfair or dishonest way.
Examples:
Manipulate figures. Vulnerable to manipulate. Please tell me how to manipulate this computer.
Drill.
A tool or machine used for making round holes or driving fasteners, a training or practice.
Examples:
The drill hit the well. Fire drill. Several military drill programs have become popular methods of exercise.
Nasal.
Relating to the nose or the sense of smell, characterized by or involving the nasal passage.
Examples:
Nasal congestion. Nasal bone. The nasal spray helped alleviate my allergies.
Inhale.
To breathe in air or a different substance, such as smoke.
Examples:
Inhale the smoke. Inhale the aroma. He inhaled deeply, trying to calm down.
Placebo.
Harmless substance, especially given as a pacifier or to the control group in experiments on the efficacy of a drug.
Examples:
Placebo therapy. Patient in the placebo group. A double-blind procedure is used to guard against experimenter bias and placebo effects.
Mood.
The way you feel at a particular time, an angry or impatient state of mind.
Examples:
The mood in a room. In an ugly mood. His gaffe spoiled the mood of the dinner party.
Cognition.
The psychological process of perception and learning and reasoning, the mental action or process by which knowledge and understanding are developed in the mind.
Examples:
Social cognition. Cognition disorder. The professor focused on the research of infant cognition.
Infusion.
A liquid, especially one containing medicine that is introduced into the body through a vein, muscle, or joint, the act of adding such liquid.
Examples:
Infusion therapy. Infusion pump. The nurse prepared an infusion of pain medication for the patient.
Generosity.
The fact or quality of being willing to do kind things, or give somebody money, gifts, or time freely.
Examples:
Act of generosity. Boundless generosity. He is remembered for his generosity and civilization.
Unilateral.
Involving or done by only one side or party, decided or performed by one person, group, or country without the agreement or input of others, one-sided or biased.
Examples:
Unilateral disarmament. Unilateral action. The president made a unilateral decision without consulting with his advisors or considering other opinions.
Monetary.
Of or relating to the money in the country.
Examples:
The stance of monetary policy. Monetary rewards. The policy might bring more excellent monetary stability to the country.
Donation.
A voluntary gift of money, service, or ideas that are given to a person or an organization, or the act of giving them.
Examples:
Make a donation. Political donation. He made a generous donation to the charity.
Charity.
An organization that helps people in need, especially by providing food, shelter, or money, a kindly and sympathetic attitude toward people.
Examples:
Charity work. Ask charity. She volunteers at a local charity every weekend to help those in need.
Investigate.
To conduct a systematic or formal inquiry to identify and evaluate the facts of a crime, problem, statement, etc., to establish the truth.
Examples:
Investigate the matter. Investigate a data leak. The committee investigated several apparent inconsistencies.
Pharmacology.
The branch of medicine concerned with the study of drugs and their effects on the body, including their properties, uses, and interactions with other substances.
Examples:
Pharmacology research. Pharmacology textbook. Medical professionals must stay up to date with the latest developments in pharmacology to ensure optimal patient care.
Mass.
A large amount of a substance with no definite shape or form, a large number of people or things grouped or crowded together.
Examples:
A mass of molten rock. Critical mass. The mass of people who do not own property is politically impotent.
Pray.
To make a request or petition to a higher power, especially in the form of a respectful or humble request.
Examples:
Pray devoutly. Pray for rain. She closed her eyes and prayed for strength to overcome difficult times.
Willingness.
The state of being ready or inclined to do something.
Examples:
Willingness to help. Indicate a willingness to change. Her willingness to help others earned her many friends.
Flood.
A large amount of water flowing beyond its normal limits, an overwhelming number or amount.
Examples:
Flood advisory. A flood of questions. These heavy rains caused flash floods on several islands.
Terminal.
A building or place where buses, trains, or airplanes stop and where passengers or goods can be picked up or dropped off. Adjective, of or situated at the ends of a delivery route.
Examples:
Terminal disease. A terminal syllable. The terminal at the airport is where passengers catch their flights.
Cancer.
Abnormal growth of cells that can invade and destroy surrounding tissues and organs. A disease characterized by the uncontrolled growth and spread of abnormal cells.
Examples:
Cancer diagnosis. Cancer research. Breast cancer is the most common type of cancer in women.
Predict.
To state beforehand that something will happen in the future, mainly based on knowledge or experience.
Examples:
Predict the future. Predict when she will arrive. It's notoriously challenging to predict birth rates.
Empathy.
The ability to share another person's feelings or experiences by imagining that person's situation.
Examples:
Full of empathy. Empathy for patients. Empathy is also necessary to understand history.
Philosophy.
The study of general and fundamental questions, such as those about existence, reason, knowledge, values, mind.
Examples:
Philosophy of education. Western philosophy. Ethics is a branch of philosophy.
Blacksmith.
A smith who forges and shapes iron with a hammer and anvil.
Examples:
Blacksmith welding. Blacksmith's shop. The blacksmith shaped a horseshoe on his anvil.
Argue.
To express differing opinions or points of view, often in a heated or contentious manner, to present a case or reasoning to persuade or convince others.
Examples:
Argue a case. Argue passionately. The couple began to argue over which restaurant to go to for dinner.
Emotion.
A strong feeling such as love, anger, etc., deriving from one's situation, mood, or relationships with others.
Examples:
Control my emotion. Afraid to show emotion. Some emotions are common across cultures and backgrounds.
Outskirt.
The part of a town or city away from the center, typically the suburbs, the fringe or border of something.
Examples:
The outskirt of the forest. On the western outskirts. The outskirt of the city was quieter and more peaceful than the busy downtown area.
Cashier.
An employee responsible for handling transactions, such as payments or returns, in a store or other business.
Examples:
Cashier position. Bank cashier. After working as a cashier for a few years, she was promoted to a managerial position within the grocery store.
Jewelry.
Decorative ornaments made of precious metals, gemstones, or other materials, worn as personal adornment, which can include items such as necklaces, bracelets, rings, earrings, and brooches.
Examples:
Jewelry designer. Precious jewelry. I received a beautiful piece of jewelry from my partner for our anniversary.
Pearl.
A hard, roundish object found within the shells of certain mollusks and used as a gem.
Examples:
A cultured pearl. Pearl beyond price. She wore a pearl necklace passed down to her from her grandmother.
Necklace.
A piece of jewelry consisting of a string of stones, beads, or links worn around the neck.
Examples:
Necklace made of pure gold. Necklace chain. She wore a beautiful necklace made of precious stones.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
Decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Excite.
To make someone feel suddenly enthusiastic or eager.
Examples:
Excite the crowd. Excite rebellion. The news of her promotion excited her.
Reward.
A thing given in acknowledgement of service, hard work, achievement, etc.
Examples:
The reward for good works. Shopping rewards cards. Night fishing has a lot of rewards.
Relax.
To become or cause someone to become less active or tense and calmer.
Examples:
Relax a series of muscles. Relax at home. The rules were relaxed after the new executive arrived.
Galena.
A mineral that is the primary source of lead, often found in metallic form and used in a variety of applications, including batteries and protective coatings.
Examples:
Galena crystal. Galena ore. The galena mineral is often used for lead extraction and mining.
Split.
To divide, or to make something divide into two or more parts, especially along a particular line.
Examples:
Split a bill. Split a reward equally. Companies often split their shares to lower the stock price and encourage investors to buy.
Con.
An argument opposed to a proposal, a swindle in which you cheat at gambling or persuade a person to buy worthless property. Verb, to be against or opposed to something.
Examples:
Telemarketing cons. The pros and cons. The con artist convinced the older woman to give him her life savings.
Classic.
Judged or deserving to be regarded as one of the best or most important of its kind over a period of time, of a well-known type.
Examples:
A classic experiment. Chinese classic literature. He displayed the classic symptoms of depression.
Pigeon.
A stout-bodied bird with a small head, short legs, and a short, cooing call, typically found in cities and domesticated for food.
Examples:
A racing pigeon. Pigeon on the roof. The pigeon perched on the windowsill, pecking at the breadcrumbs left for it.
Con artist.
An individual who deceives and manipulates others, often through deceit or trickery, to gain personal benefits or financial advantage.
Examples:
Con artist tricks. Serial con artist. The con artist scheme defrauded older adults out of their life savings.
Victim.
A person who has been harmed, injured, or otherwise negatively affected by a particular action, circumstance, or event.
Examples:
Victim support. Victim compensation. The victim of the crime deserves justice and support to recover from the trauma.
Individual.
A single person or thing, as distinct from a group.
Examples:
A private individual. Individual freedom. As an individual, he had the right to make his own decisions and live his life as he saw fit.
Bastardize.
To alter, modify, or degrade something in a way that undermines or violates its original integrity or quality, to create a less authentic or less desirable version of something.
Examples:
Bastardize a recipe. Bastardize culture. We do not want to bastardize the text's original meaning through poor translations.
Attribute.
To say or regard that something is the result of a particular thing, noun, a quality or feature that someone or something possesses.
Examples:
Attribute the change to their marriage. Attribute directly to sales. He attributes the disappointing results to the economic downturn.
Psychopath.
A person with an extreme personality disorder characterized by a lack of empathy, remorse, and ethical values, often associated with manipulative and deceitful behavior, impulsivity, and risk-taking tendencies.
Examples:
Psychopath tendencies. Violent psychopath. The detective identified the psychopath who had been terrorizing the city for months.
Inhibit.
To prevent something, such as an action, process, etc., from happening or make it less likely to happen than normal.
Examples:
Inhibit desires. Inhibit tumor growth. Excessive parental interference may inhibit children's eagerness to learn.
Improper.
Not following established conventions or norms for appropriate behavior, manners, or conduct, inappropriate or unsuitable for a particular situation or context.
Examples:
Improper behavior. Improper road use. The patient suffered complications due to improper dosage of medication.
Nurture.
To take care of, feed, and protect someone or something while they are growing and developing.
Examples:
Nurture love. Nurture his talents. Schools should nurture children's mutual interest spirit.
Abuse.
The use of something in an incorrect or harmful manner.
Examples:
The problem of drug abuse. Victim of sexual abuse. Our company has an audit team that monitors directors for abuse of authority.
Prop.
A piece of wood, metal, etc., placed beneath or against something to support it or keep it in position, a system, institution, or person that gives help or support to someone or something.
Examples:
Emotional prop. Prop stick. We have finally lost our last prop.
Testosterone.
A male hormone that is responsible for the development of male secondary sex characteristics.
Examples:
Testosterone enhancer. A synthetic derivative of testosterone. Training with sufficient intensity increases blood testosterone levels.
Administrator.
A person or organization responsible for managing and directing the affairs of a business, institution, government agency, or other organization, someone who administers, regulates, or supervises.
Examples:
School administrator. Network administrator. The university's administrator announced new policies regarding campus safety.
Pun.
A humorous play on words or use of words that sound similar but have different meanings, often for a comedic effect, a form of wordplay.
Examples:
Witty pun. Silly pun. The comedian's pun had the audience laughing out loud.
Yin.
In Chinese philosophy, the feminine or passive principle characterized as darkness and the moon and associated with softness, wetness, and cold.
Examples:
Yin deficiency, kidney yin. The concept of yin and yang is central to traditional Chinese philosophy.
Yang.
In Chinese philosophy, the masculine or active principle characterized as light and the sun and associated with hardness, dryness, and heat.
Examples:
The yang principle. Embody yang energy. He saw the balance between the yin and yang as crucial for a harmonious life.
Government.
The group of people with authority to control a country or state.
Examples:
Government bureaucracy, government funding. The federal government is planning to increase taxes for the next fiscal year.
Laboratory.
A workplace for doing scientific research or teaching science, a lab.
Examples:
Laboratory accident, anthropology laboratory. Animal protection groups call for an end to animal testing in a laboratory.
Attend.
To be present at an event, to go to a place.
Examples:
Attend a meeting, attend service. We must attend to this matter.
Mansion.
A very large and imposing house.
Examples:
Reside in a mansion, haunted mansion. They turned away the crowd at the gate of the governor's mansion. Centrifuge. A machine that uses centrifugal force equals a type of inertial force that appears to act on an object moving in a circular path and is directed away from the center to separate substances of different densities, especially to separate liquids from solids.
Examples:
Centrifuge tube, ultra-high-speed centrifuges. The laboratory technician placed the blood samples in the centrifuge to separate the different components.
Bride.
A woman on her wedding day, a woman who is about to be married or has recently been married.
Examples:
Bride of noble birth, June bride. The young bride looked stunning in her wedding gown.
Groom.
To clean, brush, and care for the fur or feathers of an animal, to prepare oneself or someone else for a special event or occasion, to make something neat. Noun, also bridegroom, a man who is about to be married or has recently been married.
Examples:
Groom duties, groom a horse. I need to groom my dog before his fur gets too long.
Immediately.
Now or without delay.
Examples:
immediately recall a product. Write him an answer immediately. A suspension order from the court is effective immediately.
Vow.
To make a promise or commitment, usually formal and solemn.
Examples:
Vow allegiance to the new king. Vow never to give up. They vowed to love and support each other for the rest of their lives.
Wed.
To marry someone.
Examples:
Wed my intended. Wed the rich man. The couple will wed after the 10th anniversary.
Array.
A large group or collection of things or people, especially one that is impressive or attractive.
Examples:
A two-dimensional array. An array of troops. The customer on the internet has to choose one from a formidable array of products.
Planet.
Any of the 9 large celestial bodies that circle in the solar system, any celestial body that revolves around a star.
Examples:
Planet like the Earth. Save the planet. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun.
Ritual.
Any customary observance or practice, any prescribed procedure for conducting religious ceremonies.
Examples:
A ritual dance. Morning ritual. The woman of the house does the holy ritual of lighting 2 candles.
Emotional.
Relating to people's feelings.
Examples:
Emotional health. Emotional distress. Human emotional responses vary widely depending on the society to which they belong.
Reproduce.
To make a copy of something such as a picture, piece of text, music, etc., to produce offspring through a sexual or asexual process.
Examples:
Reproduce the painting. Reproduce by myself. By dividing and creating copies of themselves, bacteria reproduce.
Perpetuate.
To make something continue or prevail for a long time.
Examples:
Perpetuate a myth. Perpetuate chronic pain. That work perpetuates his fame.
Capture.
To catch a person or an animal and confine them in an area which they cannot escape.
Examples:
Capture a glimpse. Capture customers' hearts. I was able to capture the moment on film.
Strap.
A long, narrow strip or belt of leather, fabric, or another material used for binding, fastening, or supporting something or someone, a band or string that attaches one object to another, often used to secure items during transport.
Examples:
Leather strap. Camera strap. The athlete tightened the strap on his running shoes before the race.
Spike.
A narrow, thin, pointed piece of metal, wood, etc., a sudden large increase in the magnitude or concentration of something.
Examples:
To spike. To prevent blood sugar spikes. The recent spike in grain prices is partly due to the war in the producing countries.
Tweet.
A short, high sound made by a small bird, a message sent using Twitter, the social media application.
Examples:
A chick's tweet. His latest tweets. We could hear the tweet of baby birds.
Solid.
Hard or firm, characterized by good substantial quality.
Examples:
Solid ally. Solid employment measures. The solid state of water is called ice.
Digit.
One of the elements that collectively form a system of numeration, a finger, thumb, or toe.
Examples:
Digit identifier. The digit in the hundreds place. We must enter a 6-digit number to unlock the safe.
Participate.
To take part in something.
Examples:
Participate fully in conversation. Participate in the program. The majority of students actively participated in the college's intramural sports program.
Astound.
To surprise or shock someone with wonder very much.
Examples:
Astound everyone. Astound the viewer. The final result was nothing short of astounding.
Universal.
Existing or affecting everywhere or everyone.
Examples:
Universal life. Principles of universal design. The picture earned near universal acclaim from critics.
Guinea.
A former British gold coin worth 21 shillings, or a unit of currency used in some West African countries. Guinea, a republic in Western Africa on the Atlantic.
Examples:
Guinea coins. Guinea pig. The cost of the antique vase is 3 guineas.
Highland.
An area of elevated land or hilly terrain.
Examples:
Highland Indian. Highland agriculture. This region has a humid subtropical and highland climate.
Isolate.
To physically or socially separate someone or something from other people or things.
Examples:
Isolate a compound. Isolate a patient. You should not isolate them from the community.
Tribe.
A social group made up of members who live together, sharing the same language, culture, religion, etc., especially those who do not live in towns or cities.
Examples:
Aboriginal tribe, mountain tribe. The tribe had distinctly defined gender roles.
Subsistence.
The state or condition of being able to maintain or support oneself at a basic level, typically through food, shelter, and other vital necessities, the minimum resources required for survival.
Examples:
Subsistence economy, subsistence farming. The farmer's subsistence depended on his crops and livestock.
Millennium.
A span of 1,000 years, or the 1,000th anniversary, plural, millennia.
Examples:
Past millennium, millennium bottle of wine. Our world is in the third millennium.
Primitive.
Of or relating to an early stage of society with no industry or technological development, simple, naive, or old-fashioned in style.
Examples:
Primitive society, artifact of a primitive humankind. The industry in this country is still primitive.
Penchant.
A strong and habitual liking or preference for something or someone.
Examples:
Penchant for music, natural penchant. She has a penchant for spicy food and always adds hot sauce.
Nickname.
A familiar or humorous name given to a person or thing instead of or as well as the real name.
Examples:
Endearing nickname, nickname for a person. The team has a nickname for their star player, the ace.
Prescription.
A written or spoken instruction that directs a medical practitioner to prescribe a specific treatment or medication for a patient.
Examples:
Prescription drugs. Fill the prescription. I need to refill my prescription for allergy medication at the pharmacy.
Shove.
To push someone or something in a rough way.
Examples:
Shove a person aside. Shove hamburger into my mouth. He forcibly shoved the flyer into my bag.